Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, Audi 3000.
Hav.
And Spitz. And this is episode 75.
Hello, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. I am here, joined with the two boys. I'm very excited to see you guys for another episode. Guys, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's good to be here. Good to be here.
How is everyone's week so far?
Good, man. Just a lot of mental training in the mind.
Hear that.
And just living life. Taking it day by day.
Facts.
Picking up the pieces day by day. And yeah.
I'm very excited because it's WTW Saturdays, and that means that we drop a new song, a new podcast, and a new video. So I'll let them know what it is that we're dropping this week.
So Layback Sosa dropped this video that he shot himself out there in Virginia. And it's Lucid. And then we got CAB coming with a record. And I'm just going to save it at that. It should be on Apple, though, and everything.
Oh, and it's dropping on Apple?
Yeah.
I'm downloading it. You should too.
Yes, and then you can find that on WTW Radio. Shout out to everybody who's listening to us on SoundCloud, Apple, Spotify. And you can also, you can watch the video on YouTube, which is WTW TV. Make sure that you guys subscribe to that. We're at 400 subscribers right now, so we need more people. Just follow us, you guys. Subscribe, hit the little bell on the side. That way we get notified. That way you get notified each and every single time that we drop a new podcast, a new song, a new video, etc., etc. Guys, I'm excited. It's episode 75. Who would have thought?
75, 3/4, baby.
Or how Spit said, 75.
75.
Hey, if you're from a certain area down south, that is the way you gotta say it, you know?
Big time.
That is like the most accurate way to say it. Like, how else would you say it? That's why. Shout out to Spitz and Hav for being on the show again. Guys, really, like, having you guys, like, I know the fans, like, the people who listen to the show, they have to, like, love this dynamic because our dynamic, I always feel like it's so much fun. And we always relate to each other on a lot of things. And I feel like that's just a great thing to bring to the Ambition Hour podcast audience.
Definitely.
So thank you guys.
Thank you for having us, and let us know what you guys think about these new episodes.
We haven't got canceled yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels good.
Spitz hasn't said something that'll get him out of his contract.
And for real, Beehive, had they come for you on Twitter?
They should.
Not yet.
No?
The way he came at me last week.
I know, yeah. Nothing? Not a word?
It might be coming, yeah. Sooner or later.
The bees ain't buzzing.
Sooner or later.
I mean, it's gonna take a lot more than, like, I'm pretty sure we're not gonna die on that hill, you guys. You're not gonna die on that hill, so you'll be fine. Especially because we have me, the representative of the Beehive. So something that we are relating to, and I know a lot of other people that are joining us can relate to, is living at home with your parents, which is something that is not always necessarily fun.
I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. The fuck?
A very bad day.
My
brother Money Jones
standing right over there. I don't want to talk to him. My parents are in the other room.
We can't even talk transparently because they're next door. It's just like, oh shit, I can't.
Yeah, you had to pull it out like that. But yeah, like
it's the truth.
It is the truth. Living at home, man, it fucking sucks. Let's just call a spade a spade. It sucks.
Right.
You don't get to, but living at home, not on your own, but living at home with your parents is another thing. I think though, like that's just a different type of dynamic that you have to deal with, and always being held accountable for some shit you did, like type shit.
Always.
Yeah, they're gonna
but it's
tell
good
you to go get them some ice water.
Regular fuckery.
Or like they can't find some shit. It's just like, how I didn't even lose it. How am I supposed to help you find it? Or like they automatically think that you're like an Apple like specialist.
Oh yeah, that
oh yeah, come check my phone.
Check my phone out. I know you're really good at this.
It's just like, you mean because I know how to work my phone very well. It's my phone. I know how to work it very well, and also like the whole like the helping of that, but also like the online paying shit and how they can't remember passwords.
Oh yeah, or they can't remember passwords, or they don't have Cash App.
They don't have Cash App.
They, like they don't have these like common things. I guess because also like security is different with us, and that's probably the evolution with time. Like like now we have the face ID and all that stuff. Like it's fucking crazy. Like, think about it. Like, our kids, like, are basically like they're gonna be free. You know, like there's like a social. Hey, you want my social? It's here, right? It's right here. It's right here.
It's like embedded in them. With
yeah, exactly. Or like a fingerprint. You know, you need to know that you don't have your debit card, or is it a code? Just like how it is like on Wells. You know, like if I forgot my card, I could still get on the app and like put a little code, get a little code, and have like the debit free. Like exactly like some shit like that, or like the eyeball shit, little eye scan. That would be hard.
I've said that instead of carrying around an ID.
But then they really got us. They got us to the T. They got us to the T with that
okay, so
how you gonna fix
it? They already got control of us. So.
That's what I'm saying, because I was listening to this thing by AOC.
Alexa?
No, that's it's AOC. And she pretty much was talking about how like Amazon is pretty much selling people's face recognition to like companies and stuff, and they're using it to where they're it's gonna get like it's getting to the point where like police officers are gonna be able to wear something that if it can recognize like a person and then automatically know that it's a criminal based on because it's gonna have all of that information of that person. So they're gonna go in having just seen the person and then automatically get the recognition in and then just treat them like a criminal automatically.
Oh man.
So to make like the matters worse. So that's something
judgment will be at an ultimate high in the future.
I mean, it's
already high now.
I mean, yeah. And then what's crazy is that
a notch.
Reach new decimal point.
It's like you don't treat people like I would feel like if you were to I guess encounter, and we're just getting completely off topic. That's how much we did.
Pretty good though. Pretty good.
You talking about aliens?
No.
Wait, what?
Cause something that like I see is like, okay, if with a criminal you kind of want to treat them, I would feel a little more delicate. Like don't we feel like even the exonerated 5, the guys from the When They See Us documentary, like when you see them, like don't you kind of like want to treat them a little gentle just because based off of what they've been through?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the type of empathy that these police officers need to have. So then now, especially, like, they should be using, like, if they're going to be using this face recognition, it should be like, okay, this is a person who may hurt me, but at the end of the day, I had to have empathy with them because of what they've been through. You know what I mean? Like, we're all human at the end of the day. And that's something that we need to push forward to. So then, the face recognition thing is very crazy. And if you think about it, like what if in the future it's going to be that they can just look at our eyeballs and like that's how we get into a club, that's how we get into, you know, the airport. Like I had to just use my watch to get into like my flight.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know what I mean? Like that's the type of information that I can carry on.
Shit, she just had it there.
I just went like this and that was it. My bad.
She high class on us right now with that watch, huh?
Oh, she fancy. Check out speaking of which, check out vlog day 1 in New York. I saw a lot of good response, and shout out to everybody who messaged me and was just letting me know. I appreciate that.
Dope segue.
It was an awesome trip.
Yeah, and day 2 is going to be coming out. Well, it should be out by this time, so yeah, it should be awesome. It should be cool.
So something that I was thinking about is because at work somebody told me like, oh, you like just stay so positive. And something that I know that helps me is something that I know that helps me. Something that I hope the camera caught that so that way people know why I'm laughing. But something that people tell me like at work is like that I'm always positive and that they wish that they can be just as positive. So what is it that you feel like that you do to be positive? Because like for me, like I have you guys that help me maintain the positivity.
I think my positivity would be like understanding. Since I like come like just try to understand where like people come from, whether or not it's a way of me of the way I think, you know, because a lot of people like that's a big part of negativity. You don't understand what somebody's coming from, so you dismiss it in a negative way. We don't really communicate and stuff like that correctly, so that understanding needs to be there, you know, so people can be like, damn, like, yo, he really took his time to like understand me, you know, like so that gives people that good feeling of, you know, like a positive vibe and stuff.
What type of understanding though? Like the understanding that they might be coming from a hurt place, or the understanding that, like, what do you...
I mean, yeah, it just depends on whatever. It just depends on whatever it is. Like it can. I mean, we all differ in all kind of ways, and that right there leads to bad things like arguments, disagreements, and stuff like that. So just to come understand someone is just to come at it in a lighter side and to think about it in a more positive way. What I was trying to say.
Yeah.
It's more positive, man. When you're trying to understand people.
Oh my!
You understand me?
No.
No, do you understand me?
But like, no. I got. Yeah, I get you. No, I was just saying like just like what type of understanding, like, or what approach you do, you choose, or where you're saying what you did elaborate. You elaborated a little bit more on it. So thank you, like, because I get now I understand you a little bit better.
Positive.
But yeah, like that positive outcome, because that's what I was trying to understand. That, like, what do you mean just like understanding? Because I also feel that what I do is a bit of that understanding, and you just try to, I guess, put yourself in their shoes, or like, okay, I could see where you're coming from, or yeah, that does suck, or like, or not just that, like, you show some empathy. For me, is kind of like what I do, but I shout out to the NWO podcast. I do listen, and then try to and be solution oriented. So like always looking for a solution for a person or even for yourself. So yeah, it comes with understanding and just knowing that, like, man, people are going through some things, and just you never know like what they mean by it, or nothing has a meaning anyways. But yeah,
I mean, for me, like, I guess what I wanna. But I mean, you guys gave me your guys' answers, because to me, like, the question, I guess, that I wanted to say, and maybe what I wanted to say, was that how do you maintain a positive attitude, not just when it comes to when you're interacting with other people, because of course, like, when you're around other people, like, hey, how you doing, even though you're hurting, it's just like everything's all good, but like, you know what I mean? But like, how is it for you when you're talking to yourself? Like, is there positivity when you're talking to yourself? Is there positivity in the conversations that you're having with yourself? Because a lot of the times that's what kind of holds us back from just being ourselves sometimes, because there's times that you're negative. So I notice that the more that I become positive, and the more that I just have a positive outlook on certain things, the more I'm able to be myself, the more that I'm able to understand, the more I'm able to be peaceful, or be around certain people and not be able to react in a certain way, because I am just in my being, I am being positive. And so that's outshining through the people that I'm with. So
I'm honestly, I'm juggling with that, like, just being positive also to myself a little bit, like, just like sometimes I am very motivational and like very upbeat and upfront, but then sometimes like, not the sense of doubt, but you kind of like, you don't feel like Superman as much as you did either the day before or the day after, and sometimes it's like tough to get out of that, because you're just like, damn, man, I know what it, like, I know how it feels to feel good, almost like, in a sense, like, I know, like, and you don't know. And even today, I found a little bit of liberation on what I did, like, of being on social media and posting, and just like engaging a little bit engagement that I got from that just felt good, to do that again, and like, kind of like, I kind of have to be at the right mental space to do that too. And even in the sense to create, I got to be at the right mental space too. Like, and that's what I've been thinking about, because I've been having all these things in my mind, like worries and stresses and drive, and then you're thinking about time and where is everything really going, and you want to be accountable. You're looking at the P&L as far as a business, and I fucking, like, there's times that, like, it's almost like, fuck, what if I just closed it up, like, and just like, like, just really did that. And it's hard to say that, like, because when I was gonna start, like, how annoying it could be when people are just like, you're so happy, how do you keep on maintaining this positive thing?
Because people want you to be like super sad, like miserable.
Well, not miserable, I guess, but
all the time.
Also, like, it's almost, and I've been watching a lot of comedian stuff, like, so I know, like, there's kind of like some sadness and pain that goes into comedy, you know, like, and you know, sometimes the happiest person is the saddest person, and not saying that's the case, you know, like I'm not, you know, I'm not like super sad, and you know, and I don't even know if that's my man ego trying to say that and like, no, it's okay, you know, like I'm good, but I've been juggling with that, and just I think what helped me is just like perspective. Is like having perspective and saying, "Damn, man, I'm doing either better than I was before," or look at the improvements of what we did do. We just sold La Vita Bella T-shirts. We just did a couple of things that we didn't do the year before or the year before that. So let's look at everything as growth and be happy that you're in the game.
And that is La Vita e Bella T-shirts on WTWRecords.com. You can find those on the website, Spitz, right?
Or hit my boy direct, you know?
Yeah, you can hit me directly, you know what I'm saying? I'm mailing those things out.
Personal.
Like,
personally
writing, when you open the package, is Spitz rapping. Yeah. It's like he raps in the package, and then so when you open it, it
you got a couple 4 bars in there?
You get
you hear some bars.
You hear some bars?
You hear some bars.
Damn, that's a real telegram.
Damn.
But that's yeah, crazy. So the to bring up the point of like the whole annoying thing, you said that you relate to that about like people feeling.
Yeah, but how do you do it, Spitz? Go ahead, tell us your secret. My bad, Claudia.
Because you said that you related to when he said the whole thing about people telling you like, "Oh, you're always so happy," or "You're always so positive."
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure. Like it's kind of crazy because everybody who I work around is like serious. You know, like, so they expect you to be like on a machine and being serious. You know, it's dangerous equipment around you. Like, you
serious business, man.
Like, yeah, you know, you shouldn't be playing. You shouldn't.
Especially you're writing a 16. You
shouldn't be joking and stuff like that. And it's kind of just like, I don't understand like why wouldn't you wake up and be happy that you're breathing? You know what I'm saying? Like blessed that, you know, like you can see another day. I got friends that you know, like aren't here right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to my boy George. You feel me? Like RIP, you know what I'm saying? Like my boy like it's just like people that aren't here, you know what I'm saying? That don't have that ability to be here on the podcast with us smiling and laughing. You know what I'm saying? So like, I smile and laugh every day. There's young kids that don't see 21 that can't smile and laugh. So, you know, like I think people don't understand that. And like how you say the happiest person can be the saddest person, because I can relate to that, because like I might be sad, but damn it, I'd rather be happy than sad. And I'd rather make you feel like the happiest person in the world, so you don't feel the sad and like the pain that I'm feeling and stuff like that. You know?
And that's my bad. Take this somewhere else, but that's kind of like a given trait that we kind of have, you know, like, and Claudia too, like, we're givers in a sense, you know, or I guess you could say pleaser.
Yeah, pleasers.
You know, like,
and when you're pleasing, you give in.
Yeah, you give in type stuff. So, shit, man, that fucking sucks too. It sucks to be a giver, kind of, you know. But it's just like, dang, you want to help out, you want to look out, you kind of want to be people's go-to. Sometimes, you know, reliable. You know, like that's the type of person that you see yourself as. And
but you know what it is too. I think that comes with being used by people so much. Yeah,
we get jaded.
You get jaded to the point where it's just like not that you want people to use you, but you kind of want to make yourself available. So it's like, nah, they're not using me. Like, I'm making myself available to them. And then when you make yourself available to them way too much, it becomes a problem, because it just becomes a problem. Like, you know, I'm speaking from experience, and something that I wanted to touch on is that we all have a sad story.
Oh, yeah. Oh, everybody's been through.
You know what I mean? Like, we all have a sad story. Whether it's one is bigger than the others, we all have a sad story. So the way that I see it, and the way that I continue to try to see it, is to just be positive, because we all have a sad story. And then at the end of the day, like, something that I was thinking about was, I just went through three different thoughts, because I really want to make a point, and like something is telling me to say this specifically. And it's right now I don't have AC in my car. we are in Miami. It is hot as
I feel like it's hotter than it's ever been.
It's hot as like it's.
I've been out doing my. I've been outside doing my. You know what I do, and I be sweating. Like I feel like I never sweated there before. But go ahead, Claudia.
No, but like I feel you because I normally like to work out outside and I go running outside, but I feel like it's just way too hot for me to be running outside. Like I already sweat in the house, like working out in the crib. Like I'm gonna go outside. Back to the no AC thing. So for me, it's funny because people in Miami drive like assholes. I do too, but I have my window down, so I'm like, these people, they're driving around like assholes. Like, they should feel bad for me because I don't have AC and it's hot as balls, and they should understand why I'm driving like an asshole.
Like, town's driving like an asshole.
Like, yeah, exactly. So, you know what I mean? So, like, it's like, I noticed that about myself today, and I'm on this new, like, July 1st hit, and I feel like I'm on a new journey. I'm in a new chapter. Things in my 20s, they don't mean shit anymore. Like, they don't mean shit anymore. Like, I have bigger things that I need to worry about. I have, like, you know.
Homies get an O in their age.
I am a changed woman. No, but real shit. Like, that's just how I've been feeling. So I'm trying to like self-reflect, and I'm working on becoming more positive, because like something that I'm noticing is that there's certain cycles that continue to happen, and it's not going to change, but I can change. You know what I mean? Like, I can change. I can change my mindset. I can be the one to be like, nah, I know that's how it is going on right now, but that's not how it's going to continue to go. Like, it stops right here.
Yeah.
Not putting that foot down.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah, you got to put that foot down and like, no, I'm going to be positive, or no, I'm going to get out of this fucking funk. You know, like, I'm going to see, or not walk around with the fucking dark cloud. You know, sometimes it's easy as the mindset. You know, I shared something the other day. It was like, sometimes you know, it's just mental. You know, the obstacles that you put in front of you, or what's holding you back, is sometimes so much more mental than you think than you really think it is. And it's so true, because like what I was even thinking about it today when I kind of snapped out of my funk. I was like, damn. You know, all it is just the mindset. You know, you just gotta switch that up. You know, and I appreciate my job. You know, for holding that down. You know, shout out them, Nordis, Claudia. You know.
I mean, yeah, something that I'm grateful for too is that I'm able to, like, if something is bothering me, like, I'm able to vent real quick.
Mm-hmm. And a sense
of
entrepreneurship too.
Yeah, on
and
that
leave
too.
It there.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause it's good. You know, like, isn't it good that at least, you know, like, homie bought a shirt. You know, like, people buy a shirt. You know, like, our people that we work with buy shirts from us. You know, so it's like, it's you know, the encouragement type shit.
I love it.
Because you know, those are people that actually want to see you succeed, or like see what, because they see that in you, at least, you know.
Yeah. At work, I feel the same. Shout out to everybody who watches me at work. I find out more and more that people are watching me. So hey. I'm
either 2 minutes or 2 hours. So I gotta find a balance here.
Shout out to King Laverne. If you guys are watching us on Instagram, I don't even know if we already did that, Mark, but I think we were way past that. But yeah, so.
They heard all that. No, I'm kidding.
On IG, yeah, we gotta get the juicy shit on the IG, man. The first 10 minutes gotta be good. So then we bring them on in. So if you're here from Instagram, thank you for watching the rest of the show. See, positive. Flip that around. I didn't even know it. It just happened. It just happened. And I'm really excited because this past week, guys, we had a lot of music drop. So we had, I'm gonna go by order that I listened to. Chris Brown, got that one out of the way first. And I listened to the Mustard Project, and I listened to J Balvin and the Bad Bunny one. And I listened to the Freddie Gibbs and Madlib project today. So I'm really excited. All dope projects. Have you guys heard them? Guys, I can't be the only one who's banging out music.
I'm not gonna lie, like when I see this like section, like, you know, came in the notes, I was like, man, yo,
like,
this
who's
is like
that?
A quick study, like, you know, you get that test,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, can I get like the, you know, like a little quick
a little head note,
yeah, really,
what
really
is it?
fast.
A week for preparation.
What is it? The little.
Where's the study sheet?
The Cliff Notes.
Oh, the Cliff Notes and the study sheet. Yeah. Where's the
Like-
study? I didn't know you had a study guide for this.
No, I mean honestly, I didn't check them out. But I did see them kind of trending on Twitter and stuff like that with the little time that I had. But yeah, I think Chris Brown was gonna sell like 100 and something units his first week. That's crazy. I haven't heard it.
The numbers?
I haven't heard it, but I think I need to with those numbers.
With those
like,
numbers, yeah.
if you know what I'm saying.
Well, there's a whole trick in the system where basically.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Wait,
My
what's
fault.
the trick?
Go ahead,
Well,
tell her.
It's not, what's a cheat code?
Tell her.
Not as a cheat code. Well, it's saying like the longer the project is, the more units that it sells, because that's how many more times it's getting more listens, it's getting more plays. Because sometimes the album only qualifies a certain amount of time. So that time could be, I forget what it really is for an album, right? But let's say you're doubling that in a project. So then really, like let's say someone listened to it one time, really it counts for 2 times.
Because it's so long.
Because it's so long type shit.
Right.
Do you know how many times I've heard that album in its entirety?
I mean, yeah, it's literally a whole playlist. Like it kind of
literally.
You could just put that thing and then
I
really
just
drive out.
press play and I'll like listen to it over and over again. But the other projects I've been doing the same.
So say the projects and then I'll say if I listen to any songs from them. Let me see.
Okay, so Oasis, which is J Balvin and Bad Bunny, Latino Gang Gang.
Latino Gang Gang. I listened to the first song, which is called. That's just
Mojate.
Mojate, and that's just
Mojaita.
Mojadita. That's just
What does that mean?
That means like
Wet.
Oh, she wet. No, but like mojadita means
Wow.
It's like
she's wet.
She's wet.
Mojadita, yeah.
Yeah, she's wet.
She a little wet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Because you were like, because you
wet.
said like she's wet, and I was like,
She a little wet.
I was like, no, yeah,
She a little wet.
She a little wet.
She a little wet.
Like, don't give her the towel. Like, she don't need the whole towel.
it.
You possibly could clean that up if you really think.
Yeah.
Okay. If you put
If you use your head.
Y'all are dumb. Mojadita's a good.
So I listened to that one and then just got to get interrupted. And I want to listen to it in its entirety. So Okay, what's the next one?
I played my favorite song
you played
off
that
the project.
song, and that song sounds really good.
It's called La Canción.
La Canción. That one sounds like it just sounds like perfect summertime music. Like they really did their thing. I also listened to like the notes. I just didn't know this. Like in Latino Gang Gang put me on. I didn't know how big of a deal it was that these two guys are connecting. Like I felt like it looked in the bio, so I kind of felt in a way like, are they capping? Like, is this really that much of a big deal? Because I thought it was.
I thought it was a really big deal.
Well, no, well, they were saying more of like the sense of like 2 different artists from the Latino world, like one maybe I
join forces,
like
that's the marketing, my friend.
I know exactly. So I was just like, are they marketing this? Like, damn, man, this fool really went in on like how like so like yeah. So
but the project shows that.
Yeah, so that's really good. Well, no, what I'm saying, I'm not taking anything away. Like, what I'm really trying to say is more like, I thought it was more of a like, that makes sense. Them two getting together, like
yeah,
like,
definitely.
I didn't know it was like, oh, all of a sudden, J Balvin and
Bad
Bunny been making songs. Like,
yeah.
I didn't think that. Like, I didn't feel that. I felt like no. Like when I saw it, I was extremely happy, and I was like, but this makes sense. They're doing it, and I know my boy John Z, I think his name is, or John Z. He has a
John Z.
He's on that Loca. He's on the Loca song. So like, and then I got him from here. Shout out YG telling me about my own culture. DJ Mustard too on this project. He got a couple little samples in there.
You sound like you're up on it.
So I'm up on it.
Hey.
I'm a little up on it.
He's a little up on it.
Like so, like that. So he has a couple project. He has a project with this other dude too. So I was like, this is something that they do, and I don't know. I was thinking like being a little bit reflective. Holding up the mirror a little bit. I was just like, because I feel like that's something that I do that not on my rapper shit. None of you motherfuckers really, but like like I got like there's a Hav in Spitz, there's a Hav in Layback, there's a Hav in CAB, there's gonna be a Hav in Gaz, like there's everything. So and like even, but that's not also like exclusive to me, because my boys is doing that too. Like they linking up, Cabana Classics and stuff. But I was just looking at it like, man, like collaborating is really cool. Like it's awesome. It's an experience, People give a lot of shade to what a time to be alive, but you ask me in Spitz, I think that's one of the best projects.
That's one of
the most.
Yeah, like I feel like that shit at least. Yeah,
toxic men.
I'm taking it. Facts.
Those two niggas.
Hey,
sure.
but
You
Future.
can't go to Nobu.
But Future.
Nobu, you can't go to Nobu.
Future is on the Mustard project, which is another project that I dropped. So the Bad Bunny and that is one of the projects that dropped, and I think there's just like 8 songs or something like that, 10 songs. It's a really good project. You were gonna say something?
Yeah, well, no, I was gonna ask you what's your other standout on that album other than give the people another song, Claudia.
I like La Canción, which is a really good song.
La Canción.
La Canción.
Which means the song.
Say La Canción.
It's like
La Canción.
like
La Canción.
Can.
La Canción.
Can.
La
Canción.
Spanish sessions with
La Canción.
La Canción.
La Canción.
Yes, sir.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, guys.
So what other track would you say?
The Mojadita one is the good one.
All right. So Mustard, I ain't listened to him. Did you listen to anything off of Mustard's album? No. I listened to
my bad.
Remember I listened to the ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg joint?
Yeah, that's
Then the Baguettes. I listened to that one. And of course I know
the Nav one.
Of course I know the... Excuse me. Of course I know the... Damn, the single, the Migos one. That's a banger.
Yeah, the Pure Water.
That Pure Water, that shit hard.
Two-step. Oh, yeah.
Two-step.
Hey, shout out to Mustard. I love him. I had to listen to this project because I have been following him and his, like, things that he does, the weight check and...
I know y'all told me to relax, but Claudia was fighting on her timeline for Mustard to stay on her timeline. She was doing anything else on her phone but to keep Mustard there. She really is in love with this man.
Wait, what?
Say what you want. Say what you want.
Say what you want.
I walk in, Mustard's playing, interview. I didn't even know Mustard did interviews. She got some shit with him and Sway back in 2015.
No,
like,
it's from
Claudia,
this now.
He's on a whole new promo run.
No,
what are you doing getting the dig ups?
He did an interview with Angie Martinez, and I loved it. I already love his personality because I think he's hilarious.
From 5 years ago. I'm kidding.
Nah, he's
it's recent.
He's so fucking funny. He did a video, like a workout video with Tiana Taylor, had me dying, like Mustard. And then so I had to listen to the project. I love the entire project. Like, it's one of those projects that you just listen from beginning to end. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah. Like just listen to it from the beginning to and then he ends it with a song by Nipsey. Is beautiful. There's like really good harmonies and all this stuff. Honestly, like all the instruments that I've been hearing and all of the songs have just been amazing. And then the other project that I listened to was the Freddie Gibbs and Madlib.
I didn't hear that one yet.
I had that one on repeat too.
You gotta listen to that one. That Freddie Gibbs was the one that you remember that did that thing with the beat. Kenny Beats.
Yeah, it's funny because like how you guys just like know, like how you knew what to tell him.
Oh
so
yeah, okay, I said that giant. Yeah,
you showed him.
But yeah, so that the Freddie Gibbs that's a really good project. I really liked it, and then like I said, the Chris Brown one as well. It's really like all of them. Like I've been listening to them, like all of them, like literally back to back. And I love them, and I think they're all like a really good vibe. I saw a list of projects that are coming out. I know the Dreamville project is coming out this week too.
Yeah, on Friday.
Or dropped yesterday.
Yeah, it dropped yesterday basically. You guys heard any of the tracks that they did? Did they drop? No,
not really. I'm really waiting for that Port of Miami.
Yeah.
2.
Oh.
Yeah, Act Up is still kind of on repeat. That's
like
a fact.
Real talk. You ready? You excited for that Ross?
Mr. Ross.
You excited for that new Ross?
Of course. What do you mean? Yeah.
Rose?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Gotta bump that Rose.
I'm happy that he did a song with
Sacred
Drake
Rose.
and then he did a song with Wale, and yeah, I think that's dope. I wanted to know what instrument makes you fall in love with a beat? Not a beat that you guys like pick for your songs, or maybe even that, like both. Because for me, I love a saxophone, a nice little saxophone, nice little trumpet. I'm in love.
Piano.
The piano too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the keys first. Yeah, but probably anything in the horns family.
Horns.
Yeah, that whole thing. But depending on which record, if that shit got that little guitar.
I was gonna say the guitar too.
But that guitar tour. But that
guitar
tour.
That tartar on there.
If they got that on it.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, the horns, yeah, that'll do it. And like certain producers' drums could do it for me though too.
Drums are good.
Yeah, drums are
good. Like Dilla drums.
But a good piano, like that. That's why I said. I mean, that's personally why I said piano first, because like Like a good piano to me. All right, for instance, the song.
Oh, shameless plug here.
No. This isn't me. This is y'all boy, Meek. His famous song that everyone loves.
With the piano,
right?
The intro.
Yo, listen.
Dreams and
I go and I find that piano, like somebody like on YouTube or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they extended it and made it like fucking like 9 minutes long with just the piano playing. And like I would go and listen to that shit like every day.
Send the link.
You hear me? Like just like the piano. You know what I'm saying? It do like the breakdowns, like dun dun, like yo crazy. Like and I'd like just sit there and like just listen to that shit. Like a good like to me like that. That's why like I fell in love with a lot of Alicia Keys stuff. You know
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I was trying. Thank you for doing that. I was thinking of like the songs to mention.
Yeah, big facts.
One of the ones that my favorite is the Feeling It is that she plays the piano. She's actually done a tribute to JayZ playing the piano. Like crazy shit with Guru as her DJ. Like
yo, that when you sent me that feel, yo, like you see that. I'm glad you brought that up too, cause I listened to that shit like fucking like.
You should watch the tribute.
Times.
Have you seen the tribute
No,
that she does for JayZ?
So.
Oh my god,
that shit was fire. Like that little clip she sent right there. That's fire.
He's talking about it. He's talking about a specific clip. There's another one that is a tribute of just Alicia Keys playing the piano of different JayZ songs. And the thing is that the piano has probably one of the most notes, I would say, than any instrument.
And you could switch up a piano depending on what piano it is. You could also like switch
a piano
up the
can
keys
give you bass
and different things like that.
A piano can give you boom.
Yeah,
can give you
nice.
like because depending on the keys that you're playing and just the all around the just hello, a piano is humongous. Like right. You're able to play any song, but I feel like with other instruments you can do the same thing. That's the beauty of them. That's why I'm so in love with instruments. Like I love when I hear like a beat and I'm like, and it's instrumental and there's instruments and
not like the computerized kind of.
Yeah, like
I feel you. I'm
good on that.
Yeah, we're right there.
What's up? You over there writing away?
With that.
You're not with us, bro.
No, I was with you. I was with you.
Don't do that.
But I also was thinking, like, you know, like, it depends. You know, like, that new age shit is dope, too. You know, like, you don't actually got to be played on a piano, but you could play that shit, you know, on the keys right there on the keyboard, and that shit make it sound like a piano, you know, like, what's...
Yeah, but we talking about, like... I feel you, but, like...
I'm just saying, I was with you.
Yeah, so, no, you're right. But...
Burning question, bro.
Burning. Hot off the pot.
Uh-oh.
Yo, is Alicia Keys not only the baddest,
oh shit,
but the best pianist, piano player, whatever the fuck you want to talk about? Hold on, let me make sure my hat's still on. Yeah, right? Yeah, that facts. She's the best.
No slander on these.
I don't know, man.
She's the best.
No slander.
She's the best.
No slander on these airwaves, okay? But I just cannot say that.
In the modern era.
I can't. Like
she's the best.
Who is the first person that you think of?
No, I'm just saying there's.
Do they check off the baddest? Because the expertise get fucked up.
You said pianist.
But yeah.
He said baddest.
But baddest with the slash. You know that little slash. Baddest and best. The most. Are you not gonna respect Alicia Keys? Swiss Beats, you're not gonna respect her?
I just told you, like, she's like the most honorable, like,
but
you know,
pianist. So then, who would you think it is?
Who would you put up there?
Well, not really. I mean, I'm just saying. There's just I thought you was like just saying like a pianist, because there's probably a lot of hardworking pianists out there that don't have recognition. Is what I'm trying to say. That's all.
Spit's looking out for the underdogs.
Yo, because we the underdogs right now. Yo, it's somebody right now. Be like, yo, they on like a big show right now. Be like, yo, you ever heard of the Ambition Hour podcast? They're like, yo, the ambition hour. Nobody has ambition every hour. Get out of here. Like, it could be like jerking us. You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with your twist, but let me. Spence is the fucking guy in the barbershop and say, "This guy's in the rocker right now playing better than Jordan." Fuck out of here. This pianist.
I'm LeVar Ball before LeVar Ball, niggas.
So and then it's funny because what I'm thinking, I'm just like, okay, well, if we're talking about pianists, we have Stevie Wonder, we have Ray Charles, but then you're talking about in the modern era.
Modern era. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What other female? You gonna give me Adele?
She doesn't play the piano like that.
Out of here. Who else plays the piano? I mean, hold
Lady
on.
Gaga.
Yeah, I mean, not disrespect, because that's the first lady. Lady Gaga is a...
Damn.
Hold
you
on.
saw how quick that changed?
Hold on, Lady Gaga. Now that's a god. That's a goddess. We are mere mortals when it comes to Lady Gaga. but hold up. But nah. I'm giving it to Alicia Keys, though. Because I love Lady Gaga for other reasons too. I also love her acting, you know, and her as an actress. I think that she's.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about being.
I know, that's why I said
piano player.
Yeah, I still got Alicia.
Hey, I'm not gonna debate that because I love me some Keys.
No, you tried, but buddy at the record.
Alicia Keys taught us how to really slide into like the DMs because she was the one who called Mos Def in the video, and you don't know my name.
Alicia Keys gave us so much game.
She said
she let these bitches know about pianos, violins now.
I think you're kind of cute.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I watched that video like at least
then?
2 or 3 times a week.
Oh, so can we do that? Can we? My bad. Go ahead. I was gonna try to segue to what Jerome wanted to talk about.
I mean, we could do that right now. I mean, the only thing that I really want to talk about was KD and Kyrie going to Brooklyn.
Okay.
So I'm packing my bags. I'm out. I've been dying to move to Brooklyn. Bae said, let's go.
So what are you thinking about?
Look how quick we flip. What the fuck? She's from the Bay. Yo, get out there.
I was so hot.
You pull your car when you come out there again.
She was in there.
She was like, Brooklyn. Oh,
what?
What it do, baby?
What it do, baby?
I got my one still fresh from the chat. Oh, sweet, buddy.
But that was pretty intense. What I do got the Metro card in my wallet.
In the wallet.
All I gotta do is recharge it. We good.
Yeah,
but so I thought that was pretty interesting, and then seeing it all pan out on social media, I thought was the most interesting thing because I was watching Girlfriends all day, but I knew who was getting traded and where they were getting traded and how much they were getting paid. So shout out to Twitter.
In times like these, you love and hate your friends because it comes to a point that I don't know about you. Well, because I'm a Warriors fan, so it wasn't the best, bro. I was getting it. I don't want to talk about it.
Got a couple of
the boys were talking shit.
I got a couple. You know, now and
got a couple of phone calls.
Especially because your boys, they know when you was rooting for teams. So like now all of a sudden, like I remember that year you was rooting for the Celtics. You was a Celtics fan, man. You was playing with the Celtics all the time on 2K. And it's like, bro, that's 2K.
It's 2K, man.
Ladies, I need you guys to take notes and pay attention to what guys really talk to each other about.
Yo, honestly, you would think that we should like, and that happens once or twice, ladies. But like, but honestly, we just in there talking shit about each other most of the times. Like, fuck,
they are assholes to each other.
We really ragging on each other.
Yeah, really ragging on each other. So I mean, it's just like you just love and hate your friends because you're just like, man, that was funny, but fuck you.
But you're a bastard.
Yeah, but you're a bastard. Yeah,
bastard.
I don't even really care that much, but you're right, man. And then it's like, damn, man, KD is leaving. And like, it kind of fucked up my Sunday brunch. I was a little drunk too, and then I was like, "Damn, man, why would he do that?" And I was just like,
"Damn."
And I was just like,
"See, I didn't take it like that."
And I was like, "Why would he do that?" I was just like, "KD told me he was gonna stay."
I liked it. My lunch.
Yeah, bro, like, damn. I thought there was a possibility that he would stay.
I heard that Draymond said that he wasn't gonna leave.
Man, Draymond said, "You a bitch.
You a bitch, and you know it.
You a bitch, and you know it. We won without you.
We won without
you,
and that's facts. And we gonna win without him."
All right, look, hold on. Chill out. This guy was just
talking
about
that energy on Sunday.
No, just talking about
we don't need him.
His lunch was messed up. You know what I'm saying?
His
like
brunch.
Excuse me.
Yeah, the bottomless mimosas, bro.
All right, hold on. Listen. So are we talking championship in Brooklyn or what?
No.
Damn.
No. Championship in Brooklyn? Them two? I mean, nah.
This is coming from two Warriors fans. People that just lost them.
No, well,
The harsh reality comes out.
I mean, but
They
no,
would need more
because-
pieces,
Well,
right or
no,
wrong?
they wouldn't win this year.
I mean, not
If
this
they
year.
win-
the Bucks are coming this year.
Can I just make a
The
point
Sixers are coming
really
this
quick?
year.
The
Raptors might come this year too.
The Sixers.
Didn't the Sixers just keep Ben Simmons?
Hold on. Yeah, they trash. This nigga.
Ben
Fucking-
Simmons?
Fucking, I just seen a stat. Shaquille O'Neal got more threes than that bastard. Get out of here. Listen, the Sixers. Let me tell you about the
Shaq played
Sixers.
30 years.
Get out of here. He has 1 3.
1-3.
Yeah.
He's played 30 years. My boy hasn't played. He's only played 2 minutes.
Nah,
1-3?
He even played in
That's
the
not him.
playoffs.
There's times
He was
you
just in the
need to know
playoffs.
your game.
Listen, hold on. I'm about to go in on
Okay,
these Sixers.
First of all,
right?
the Sixers are not making it.
I'm telling
to
you.
the
And this is not a
playoffs.
sports
They
podcast.
went to Game 7 with the team that Kevin Durant just joined. Okay? Okay, my guy?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Nets, my guy.
The Nets won 7
The
games?
The
The first
Nets
round?
went 7 games with the 76ers.
I can't even argue because he listens to sports
Facts.
radio
Well,
all the
because
time.
you had D'Lo. You don't have D'Lo now.
You got Kevin Durant.
But there's other play. Okay, what about who else is there? What I'm asking is who else is there? That's all I'm asking. My bad. I poked fun at that. 'cause I knew I was
Yo,
gonna
they
get
got
a good
scrappy
response.
players. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They lost D'Lo for a reason. Now you put D'Lo in the mix with those scrappy. I mean, excuse me, my fault. You put Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in the mix with those scrappy players. What do you think they're gonna do?
So you're saying that? Well, I don't know, man. If history tells me something, this is the same shit that we thought with the Celtics when they were missing their 2 star players, and now look at I almost acting like these were their 2 missing star players, the Nets, and now they join this team. Are they going to really be that much of an improvement, or are they going to hurt the development of some young players? So I think that you also need people around them. They're not. I'm not ready to put them championship.
They have the people.
Eastern
around
Conference. I think they're Eastern Conference contenders.
They have the people around them, my friend.
You're solid with that team.
So
This team that I'm talking about made the playoffs. Like
I know
they
made
went
the
to
playoffs.
went to a team like when LeBron James joined with the Heat. He joined a team that made the playoffs.
that's why they were able to win a championship.
You can-
As soon as the first year that he comes to play with us. I get that concept. I get what it is that you're saying, and I also get what he's saying. For me, I feel that the Heat kind of got some heat, so it's gonna kind of
Shout
make
out.
it. It's gonna kind of make it a little hard for the Nets to be. I would like the Nets to shine because I remember growing up, the Nets were a very important team.
Vince Carter.
The ship is coming back to the West.
So you're saying that it's going back to the Warriors?
No, I'm not saying that.
Just going back because.
The Western Conference team will win these NBA championships.
Well, I mean, really,
I doubt it.
yeah, the Eastern Conference the won this year, but it's kind of the North Conference. Get it?
Yeah,
Toronto.
that was a good joke, Claudia. I didn't think about that. No, I'm just saying that they would. A Western Conference team will possibly be way more likely. I'm just thinking because you got the Lakers there, you got the Warriors still there. Well, the Warriors won't be as effective. You have, I think that the teams over there out west there's something they're there.
I don't know. I just think that if Kawhi doesn't go over there, and
If Kawhi goes to the Clippers, the West isn't taking it home.
But I don't think that
That would be dope.
Kawhi's gonna stay in Toronto. He's
I hope
gonna
he
leave.
does.
I don't. He could do what he want. I don't know. I like
wouldn't like him to go to the Lakers.
him
Just don't
doing
want
what
that.
he wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna like what
Yeah.
That would be wild if he goes to the Lakers, though.
Yeah.
That's
Every
just
while,
my idea. My idea is I want him to do what he wants to do, but don't go to the Lakers. So that's kind of a contradiction.
But you don't. But that's what you don't want him. You don't want him to do that. But I mean, like, what? I just think like why
Anywhere player like because I just don't feel that. I just don't feel LeBron deserves, like all of these assets, man.
But
Like
look
it's getting ridiculous to the point where it's like,
because I noticed something that supposedly LeBron was doing was that players are taking less money and they're getting paid to be in Space Jam 2.
you see what I'm saying? Wait, hold on. Can we
That's
bring
a
that
hot-
up?
that-
Can we bring that up?
You can't.
Do you two think there should be a Space Jam 2?
No.
Bro, we were just on a fucking flight watching Space Jam. Like, wow, this is like a great movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
was hearing people on sports radio like, oh, they should make a Space Jam 2. Because nobody watches Space Jam. Nobody watches Space Jam 1 anymore. Who are you talking for? Who are you actually talking for?
But people don't.
Who doesn't?
You don't think that people will be? I feel like
it's gonna sell.
It's gonna sell like crazy. It's fucking LeBron James.
It's gonna sell.
Look.
I'm not denying
that. Just that alone.
But I'm just saying, like, out of
A&R.
Out of just the
soundtrack.
Out of the decency. That's actually
gonna be really good.
Out of the decency for the era, because like.
Bro,
those
that
cartoon,
was like that's about to be 30 years ago.
Those cartoon characters are gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna like really implement new cartoon characters in there? Or are you gonna use the old cartoon characters? The kids are not gonna really know the cartoon characters. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why I'm thinking about like it's not too much of a good idea.
I feel with kids, maybe they still know who Bugs Bunny and things are because they still have those like at Universal Studios.
Yeah, what do you mean? What characters were you talking about? Yeah, what do you mean?
Because like Bugs Bunny, like
Bugs Bunny
kids don't know.
die.
People don't know about Bugs Bunny still. Like these little kids don't know who Bugs Bunny is. So what? LeBron James gonna put Baby Shark in this bitch or something? What's going on?
That's what I'm trying to. That's the point I'm trying to get at.
I think what they could do as far as Space Jam, they don't have to cling on to so much of the Looney Tunes and the licensings. That could probably be something messy.
They can probably do Disney.
Well, no, what they could, no, but not necessarily. Well, you don't need that brand, so to speak. You could take the premise of just aliens invading, taking NBA talent, and now LeBron James has to form a team to go against. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's a way they could spin it there, but then again, there's a way that there shouldn't be a Space Jam 2, but we're here in this reality. What I wanted to get off before we switch topic here is that wouldn't Kawhi want this a little bit? I feel like this is something. I feel like he's petty in a sense.
What it do, baby?
What it do, baby?
I think he's a little petty. So why not him go to the Lakers, right? Win a championship. So basically, what LeBron needed was for me to come here. It looks like that. I win a chip. First year with the Raptors. What a breeze. Barely sweated. Then now I go win this guy, LeBron James, the so-called chosen one, the one that everybody talked about, the one that I wasn't looked at the draft. I wasn't number one. He wasn't in the Sam magazines. And not saying that like he's petty to that fact, like, oh, look at like to that damn detail.
Like, you need me.
But like, why not that be the caveat? Because I think I like that, but I like the Clipper one better because it's like, and I won it on both, you know, like, and I did it again, you know, or like and I did it again to bring in the first championship to a franchise. But I just think that like him having that or like, you know, kind of thing, like, I don't know, because I'm also in the world that believes that Dwayne Wade is the reason why LeBron James got over the hump, and who taught LeBron James a little bit more about winning, because
he did.
You need, and this is, I guess, what I'm trying to say about the Nets, and I don't know their roster like that, but I figure other than these two guys going to the chip, they needed probably like two more players that have been there before too, just because when you start getting to that stage, it starts getting a little shaky, you know, especially for younger players or for rhythm players. So yeah, I don't know. I just think that like, and that Kawhi might do that to the Lakers, because I don't think so much of it like, oh, that I'm joining, or like that he's giving in a sense of like, oh, I have to join LeBron James, more in the sense of like LeBron needs me to go there. Like, oh, it's almost like not that he needs him, it needs and wants him there, to a sense.
You're right, but I just don't like.
Well,
I don't.
Yeah, I don't. LeBron James. Well, it's been a pure fuckery as soon as LeBron James put on a purple and gold jersey. So why not make it more ridiculous? Sign Melo, get Kawhi, and let's just fucking make this a show. It's Lakerland. Why not?
A way to end it. That's dope.
Yeah,
because you're right.
For real, I can't even argue with that, because right. I want Melo to get a chip.
Yeah. Why the fuck not?
I loved him since Syracuse. The BET Awards was this past week. It was a couple weeks ago. I really wanted to talk about this, but only a specific part, which was the Mary J. Blige tribute. I'm a very big Mary J. Blige fan. Love her. I've seen her in concert. Beautiful voice. She performed. And she did a speech that I thought was very beautiful. And I want to read to you guys a part of it that stood out the most to me, because I felt like there was a big message in this. She said, although I am a leader a queen, a living legend. I'm a servant as well, and I'm here to serve. She continues, it's because in order to be an authority, I had to learn to come under authority. It's because when the glory is placed on me, I give it back to God immediately. So this speech, like, it just opened up certain things in me and made me feel some type of way, and I felt like that wasn't I guess like highlighted in a sense, and I really wanted to highlight that because something that I am practicing is that whatever good things it is that's happening, like, I know that I'm doing it because I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve God. I'm here to serve his purpose that he has in my life, because at the end of the day, he's the one who's in control. You know what I mean? So when she said that, it just, like, it resonated with me, because I look at her, like how she said, like, I'm a leader, I'm a queen, she's a living legend. Like, this woman's voice is, like, amazing. Like, she's a living legend. She's, like, one of the singers that I look at, like, she's, like, an Anita Baker type of thing. And, like, Beyonce, like, you know, she's a living legend. So for her to say, like, I'm here to serve, and I'm here to, you know, pretty much just do what it is and be a servant to everybody, to God, to the people. And that even goes back into the conversation of, like, wanting to be, like, being a giver and giving to people and giving so much of yourself. So, Mary, shout out to those words. I just love them. And I like when, because something that I noticed is that they were highlighting Tyler Perry's speech, and his speech was very well, like, it was amazing, and everything that he said was really nice. But for me, the one that stood out the most was the Mary one. So I wanted to go ahead and highlight that before we go ahead into our next subject.
Can I touch on that too? Because I think that's, like, also, like, at least as an artist, that, like, what you want to do, you know, coming from it at that angle, like, it's just kind of a service. You just hope that your record could do what a record did for you when you were growing up. You know what?
Serve that purpose,
or you know, that excitement, you know, as a young boy, you know what I mean? Like, I know I can, probably, you know, as corny and, you know, maybe people could
coming out a book like that.
People could people could hate on that on Nas for that or whatever like that. That records like that, or just like that, make you feel better, or give you that emotion that you want to do that, you want to, like, do that same thing. So you're kind of a servant, and that's something that I know Kanye West has talked about, of, like, being a vessel, you know, a vessel for God, I believe. So, like, just like that, like, you want to give you want to give these vibes, you know, you want to and kind of, like, the attentions is whatever, but it's really more about, like, giving back to people and giving them that either that hope, that that change of vibe, you know. As soon as you hear a song, it changes you, you know, all of a sudden.
It always feels good when I get a DM from someone saying how they was listening to my music and their day went, you know, extraordinarily well or some shit, you know. So that just makes you feel good. So I can understand that, the whole vessel thing. Yeah. So, like, it as from an artist, that would be our way of saying, like, just using us. Yeah,
we want to be heard, but we also want to, you know, give. You know, we want to be heard, but also, like, if it's give game, if it's give knowledge, what, you know, looking back at Nipsey's bars, there's a lot of game in there, you know, or, like, if it's, you can make it out, or, hey, this bitch did be dirty, but guess what? I'm in the club getting fucked up, you know what I mean? Or, like, whatever, or listening in the future and feeling like, you know what, man, I'm sticking to the models.
Sometimes it'd be like that. Shout out to Future for that.
Yeah, for real. Thank you, Future, to gassing me that, like, yo, I'm only sticking to the models, man. Fuck that shit. Damn, my bad.
He's gassing me too.
You heard that, models? Spitz, when do you know if a person is giving you the look or just daydreaming?
That shit is very tough. Cause
because Alicia got on the phone and said,
I'm saying no, but for real though, like, when I'm out in public, like, I always get that, like, kind of like not really understood. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of that's probably why sometimes I don't approach some women sometimes, because I can kind of be like, oh man, she's probably just, like, you know,
she ain't looking at me
in her little zone or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I've heard from other women sometimes, like, that's they shot.
You know, so, it's funny to see women's shots.
It's crazy because it's like a dead ass look like, and you're just like, oh, she dating, or is this the one? Nah, it's not. And, kind of find like, yo, I seen this. She telling her friend like, I seen this fine ass nigga. I shot the shot. He didn't walk over.
Like
that was just shot.
You just stared him down.
That was just shot. Like
for me, I don't know, cause I feel like for a girl it's like different sometimes because it's not like they're not acting like they're daydreaming. They're like just dead ass looking at you, like, and then like you walk and then it's like, oh shit, they really are looking at me. So it's like, what do I do? And then like I'm the type of person to just smile at them. I'm just like, and then like I'm not shooting my shot. I'm just like, you're looking at me, so I'm gonna smile because I would rather just be the girl who smiled than to not be the girl who didn't smile.
Right. Because you're. So what you're saying is you just looking the look. You could rather be you can probably be just admiring, maybe just an outfit or something like that, or just a person's swag or something.
Oh,
like
so
that.
now we're talking about like for me, like if I'm daydreaming.
No, because like the actual question is just basically like.
How do I know?
As a woman. You're answering for the women, or you're answering for the men, basically saying like, answering to say like, oh, do you think guys are shooting their shot at you or just daydreaming? Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Or you can answer for the women like, oh,
I'm doing both.
She was saying. She was saying that like she could see a woman shooting her shot, and then she was talking about how she shoots her shot and shit like that.
Well, for me, I'm more of a speaker when it comes to shooting my shot. So
you're doing the daydreaming, dog.
So the day
you're daydreaming, dog.
Because it'll be like I'll look at a dude and then, but if there's something that I see that attracts me to him, or it doesn't even have to be that, it could just be like, and that's another thing too, because I can daydream and I can be looking at a guy, but I'm not really looking at like, I don't know.
That's the part of daydreaming. Yeah, that's why we be like, yo.
My mind just went around like in circles right now.
Up to you and be like, yo, what's good? Da da da, and then you're like, no, I'm not interested. Da da da, and then that's probably why some dudes get mad at girls, because they probably daydreaming, and then they thinking they looking at them, and you're like, oh shit, he's coming over. You're like, oh no. Like I'm not interested, this, that, and the third, and the dude is like, well, fuck you then, like,
slut.
Bro, I wish a
like,
dude
yo,
would
she was
talk
looking
to me
at
like
me.
that.
She was looking at me. She gave me the look. She gave me the wink and the gun.
She gave you the wink and the gun? If she's just staring you down, she's not giving you the fucking wink and the gun. I don't know, ladies, we need to be better. If you want some dude to come up to you and talk to you, like, either you do a nice little compliment to him or you look at him. What would you as a guy want a girl to let you know that it's okay to approach her?
What you just said.
A smile?
No, what you just said.
A compliment.
Like a compliment, a smile, something that like, like give that warm welcome.
I told this boy that I liked his jacket. I was walking in the Wynwood streets. I told him I liked his jacket. He's like, thank you. You want to touch it? No. Thank you.
That wasn't a good follow-up line, but
suspect.
But you know what's
you could have said thank you. So how your night going?
But you know what I know
it's hot.
What I thought of, it was boiling hot. I don't know what he was doing with that jacket. It was a really nice jacket though. I feel him. But something that I was thinking about, that I was talking to my sister, I'm just like, you know what's funny is that he said that and I'm laughing, like I'm just giggling about it. It's just something funny to mention. But imagine how he probably felt after saying that, because you know how sometimes you say some shit and you're like, why the fuck did I say that?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god,
I
was happening to me the worst today, bro.
I made him into a human real quick when he said that, and I was just like, what a dummy. Like, why would you say that? It's just like, bro, how many times have you like said some awkward ass shit to people?
No,
and like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I was thinking about that. I was just like, oh, that's funny. Like, like, yeah, because I can't take a compliment. So
he was like, note to self, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. I wasn't doing that all day. I was thinking something else, like, or like, kind of like someone that you're crushing on, and you kind of like don't look your coolest, and you're just like, fuck, man, why is it like I'm tripping right now? You know what I mean? Or like,
no, I'm not on my A
yeah, like
game.
I'm not on my A game. Or like, damn,
A game.
This copy is really giving me a problem. Like, you know, like, and I'm trying to look cool, but but I mean, I don't know, man. I wouldn't know what I would want from a woman, because then they could be like, if a bitch could be a wink and I'm running.
You're running to her.
The opposite way.
The opposite way. I don't.
What?
That'd be
gun?
The wink and the gun.
The wink and the gun.
Hey.
Is it?
I wink in the gun back at her.
You
shoot not shot, baby.
I don't know, man. Like it shoot
not shot.
That shit could be creepy. That shit cannot be creepy. Like there's some yo. I'm picturing that as like a creepy suspect bitch doing that.
But Spitz like that shit, ladies.
Hey, shoot your shot.
He said I'm a sniper vibes.
You got sniper vibes? I didn't know you was a sniper.
That is.
I didn't smell it. Peep the aroma.
That is funny.
Yeah, so I wouldn't know what their approach is, but yeah, I guess like being friendly, but then like there's a borderline between that. I don't know, man. It also I guess it depends on attraction, right? So like if a guy really does like you, you know, like I guess got the courage to say some things, you know, like some guys are just wild and just fucking drunk and probably looking to get falling to some cheeks. But like
some girls too.
Some guys are probably really just trying to shoot their shot, really, like, what's up? You know, I saw you, because I've been around enough females, you know, like to see, like, or hanging out with them, you know, in the girls' night, and like seeing a guy try to shoot their shot, you know what I mean, and just coming up to them and them being like, damn, you know, this guy just asked me for my number, and just like, damn, so like, you know, like, you're just like, well, what happened? And like, oh, I gave him my number, and it's just like, oh shit, bitches do that? Like, she's just like, yeah, why not? Like,
I mean, if I block him after, it's something different.
Yeah, like, and sometimes
the honorary block.
Yeah, you just shit for real. But also it could be that you maybe that's when like you see some people that are like don't go for their type. Sometimes it's usually when something like that happens, you know. Because sometimes we try to look for, or you know, what we're attracted to, or you know what I mean, like, or you know, like, or I want some, you know, with these features or so, or whatever like that. And then that person that just kind of like, because they're almost like, I don't know, like
they're a stranger.
They're a stranger and kind of like almost claiming you, like, you know, like, I'm coming up to you, like that's why, like, that's the hardest thing to do, bro. Because I'm not trying to walk back to the boys and really cap and be like, it went good, bro. Got the number, you already know. Like, but like, nah, like no, and I'm not really trying to take the chance of like really going up to a girl, because I also think about like women also look at the whole fucking room. So they see you're talking. So, like, you fucking threw that shot. That's it. You can't go up to the next girl and just be like, what's up? Hey, I'm trying to hang out.
I've seen a guy do it.
Because it's just like, look, you saw that face?
I've seen a guy do it.
We've seen him do it, yeah. We also seen OJ almost get attempted for murder.
Nah, but
it's a trigger to you, but...
Chill. It's not going to work.
Don't be trying to trigger my friend.
I would say this. It's all a numbers game, baby. Use that all episode.
What it do, baby?
What it do, baby? I just think it's a numbers game. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like the woman that you end up getting that night probably could have watched your ass the whole time, and then by the time you got her, she's probably saying this up like, "Finally, motherfucker," and then give you the number.
Yeah, that's also
you know
the truth.
Like, cause like it's like how you say, some women won't give you the wink and the gun. Some women won't walk up to you and talk to you or whatever. No matter what, if she sees you getting turned down, this, that, and the third, she knows, like, yo, that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless, you feel me? Like, so even if she did watch you, it's a numbers game. Like, it's no matter what, wondering if somebody's, like, watching what you're doing or not, because everybody watching everybody. We all scandalous son of a bitches, you feel me? So, like, it is what it is.
That's why sometimes when I go out, I take my glasses off, because I start looking around everywhere. And I'm, like, looking, and I'm like, oh, okay, and all of this, crazy stuff that it turned off. And the crazy stuff that, happens, like, just when you go out, like, you just pay attention to, like, a whole bunch of different things. Something that I wanted to talk about. This is got a little long went on, don't we guys? But it's all good. I wanted to talk about these next couple of topics. So this whole like Jordan Woods and the Kylie and the Chloe and like that whole situation, that brought up something to me that I noticed, that because people are so surprised that now that I guess like you know, Jordan and Kylie, they're not friends anymore, and you know, she's no longer part of the like Kardashian clan or whatnot, that people are kind of like surprised that she's doing well, because she's like in music videos, she's doing acting, like her career isn't messed up, like she's still getting gigs and she's still making money, and you know, she hasn't lost everything. And so that just put it in question to me that people think that just because you're not friends with somebody that you're going to not succeed.
I think it probably I think it kind of goes into account of like why people are really surprised, and they're probably looking at it like, how can a person that basically you know, got caught up in some kind of scandal kind of thingamajiggy, and so many people ran to like her support, you feel me? Like that's because I'm still looking at that same shit too, you know, like just sitting back and looking at the situation. I do look at how everyone else is looking at it too, like damn, like, you know, this is a person that got caught up into some shit. No matter however anybody look at it, you know, like she shouldn't have been over there. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like we all like, bro. Like I got friends that, you know what I'm saying, have women. You know what I'm saying, wives and shit like that, bro. Like I barely know their names, type shit or whatever. Out of respect for them, like I would never in my life, you get what I'm trying to say, be anywhere near alone with them. You know what I'm saying? Around them or nothing. You feel me? Like, so like, to use any kind of excuse and form for a person like that, to say she's young, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like how some people are feeling, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a big deal, because by all means, get your money, get your check. Like, get your check. But it's kind of weird, though, you feel me? Like, we're in this era now where it's kind of like, we're just rewarding people for doing, you know what I'm saying, shit that we frowned upon back in the days. Like, we just live in that era now where it's just kind of like, it's like, nah, that's not bad. Like, you know, like that, you know, I hate this person, so it's this, what she did is warranted or whatever. It's kind of what it's looking like.
I was speaking more on the terms of like that people expect you to like fail after you stop being friends with somebody.
Well,
oh yeah, of course.
Best friend breakups are the worst.
Yeah, like that. Like it's kind of like that. Like people like expect. I don't know if like, because people are just surprised, like, because one of the things that I see a lot is just like, oh, look at Jordan, she's still out here flourishing. And it's just like, of course she's still out here flourishing. Like, y'all think that just because she was friends with Kylie, like, she wasn't going to flourish? Thanks. Like, that probably just kickstart her ambition, her, you know, her drive on what it is that she wanted to do, and the type of, you know, image that she wanted to portray that she couldn't portray because she had to like sign an NDA. You know what I mean? Like, or because she had to be, not that she had to be with her best friend, but sometimes you get consumed in your best friend's life because they're your best friend.
And they're doing so well, you know, you want to help them. You know, like she can't...
The baby, there's a baby involved. Who doesn't love a baby? Like, it's just so many different factors.
Whose video is she in again?
She was in Gunna's video.
Yeah, that's right.
And then she's also going to be in Grownish, the show with Yara Shahidi and Trevor Jackson.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? Like, and she was on the Red Table as well. But that I looked at that and because I see that situation, and not that I've gone through something similar, but I've gone through this whole thing of like where I'm no longer friends with somebody, and I don't know if people expected, because the fallout that me and this person had, like if they didn't expect me to flourish, like was I supposed to be sad about the fact that I'm no longer friends with this person?
Yeah, like that's why I related it, like I put that breakup word in there too, because it's almost like it, like it's almost like even friends act different, you know what I mean? Or like really their friends are now like really their friends, you know what I mean? Or like, especially your best friends, it's a little watery because your friends are hanging out with each other and stuff like that. So now it's like, okay, well, you know, now you start seeing motherfuckers as true colors, you know, seeing where they fall in their alliances or whatever like that, or see what alliances were in the friendship or whatever like that between people. So I think it is crazy. Like people just think that like since you're not fucking with someone, like now that's so hurtful to you. Like sometimes it's such a benefit to someone because they get to get back on their square. I'm so consumed of this person, the baby, you know, this and that, or even fuck that. I'm so consumed in this person's success. You know, I've been there so much. I've been a ride or die, right? Especially for us, like we talked about earlier in the episodes of being givers. Mm-hmm. That we could get caught up in that in our own lives. So I think it's ridiculous of people saying that she shouldn't be flourishing or she shouldn't be doing good or they don't want to see her in stuff. Because
No, I don't. People aren't saying that.
They ain't saying it.
oh, okay, my bad.
They're just wondering, like, it's just.
Well,
No,
like,
people
they're
are-
out
no,
here like,
so-
oh, look at her flourishing. So
Yeah,
what are they
like
trying to
yeah,
say?
like I guess like people are like, because the Kardashians, there's the narrative is
The
that the
blackball.
Kardashians are trying to like blackball her,
Yeah.
and that supposedly like because she did this that her career was going to be over and this and that, and pretty much like I wanted to take away that. I just wanted, like, I love to bring in why I think certain things sometimes and how I look at certain situations, and I kind of apply them to my own life, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, I can be consumed in these celebrities' lives, but what about my own?
It's so easy to get caught, live vicariously through them.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah,
And then
big
so
time.
that brings me to the last topic of the episode, which is, do you believe that you are living a life with balance? So a perfect 10. So something that I want to kind of like, it's like a graph type of thing, and it's like your finances, your like your you time, your
you
business.
Like a whole thing called like Perfect 10, and there's like a
Yeah,
whole,
it's like it's
okay.
like tens all around. So you
Yeah.
pretty like, so then it's because you want to be the best in every area in your life, like all of them, like, and then the only way that we can do it is by self-assessment. So there's a certain thing that you have to do, that you have to kind of like look at your life, like, okay, how is my fitness right now, I would say, is at a 6, should be at a 10. How is my work ethic? Oh, and you can even separate it with work, like the 9 to 5, the one that pays the bills, and then the work as far as like the podcast and the worker stuff. So like, do you guys feel that you are living a balanced life, or that you're at least trying to in the process? Do you even want that?
Yeah, everybody should want balance, because like, you should want to be doing everything on 10. And right now, just speaking from a person right now that's not on 10, but
Second that.
we all want to get there, but I don't think we
Turd it.
I don't think we all can fully get 10. You know, we can
don't.
all strive.
It can't. With that mindset, you're not gonna do it.
No, but
there's a
I'm
way
just
that
being.
you can do it.
There's a logical reason for that. That's what I'm trying to say. There's things called
But there are people
obstacles in life.
But
You
yeah,
know,
but
certain situations.
But there's
you know
people
what I'm saying?
living a perfect 10 life.
No, they're not.
Yeah, there's people.
I don't. So there's something that I keep picturing in my mind right now with the whole 10 thing, is that 10 is what we strive for, and so 10 is always going to be there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we might not get there, and we might get it in like in the definition that it is to that it's like when it comes down
certified content here.
when it comes down to like what it is, like, of course, like, we're all trying to live, and we're like how you said, there are people who are living on 10, and because
their 10 is different from
their 10 is different from our 10. Yeah. Exactly. So for me, like, what I feel that I'm probably like really good in 10, and you're not going to feel that way at all. That could be your 1, that could be your, you know, what not. But for me, like, I just something that I always struggle with is like having balance in life and work, and, you know, resting, and, you know, socializing, and then making sure that your finances are in check, that your business is in check, that your energy, that your spirituality, that, you know, the connections that you have with your family, the connections that you have with yourself, your everything. Being a human, it's very exhausting, and we only get 2 days off of the week. Sometimes not even.
I haven't gotten 2 days off in a while.
So that leads to the point of like the reason why we can't be at this 10 or where we're not, because we're consumed with other bullshit, meaning like with other jobs. So like then we're either up on financially, but then mentally we're not up, or physically we're not up to par. So like then there's that challenge and that gamble, because you have this whole gap of time that's just being pulled away for you for monetary money, you know, because it's not going to make you rich or wealthy at the end of the day, but
working for somebody else.
Exactly. So I mean, that's probably, I think that's my toughest challenge, at least living like a perfect 10 life, you know, because like I feel like I have so many balls left in the air when I do shut my eyes down, you know what I mean, or when I do step away, or even if I was like, man, I just want to have a breather, you know what I mean, like play 2K, or, you know, just dick around and just, you know, watch YouTube videos for a little bit, you know, but shit, you know, because it's like I just need silence, because I know that that's something that I do need, you know. Sometimes I just need quiet. I don't want there to be noise, or I don't want, you know, any outside noise, you know, like I just want what's happening right now, you know, like, or if it's me listening to the podcast, me listening to a beat, me listening to, you know, whatever, trying to work or, you know, creating anything. I'm just like, sometimes it's like, no, I don't want to, or even when in the middle of work, like, no, I just need quiet, like, just need fucking 30 minutes of pure silence, or like no one else's shit, you know, not even my, like, even trapped away from my own thoughts, you know what I mean? Whether if that's a meditation, whether that's just breathing, or it's listening to something, taking your mind at ease, you know, just relaxing.
So here at the Ambition Hour podcast, we don't pressure you to be a perfect 10. We accept you for who you are.
But you should be. No, I'm kidding.
And whatever it is that you're striving for, just go ahead and go for it, and try to find a balance with everything that you do, so you do not go crazy, because we do not want you guys to go crazy. This is probably one of the longest episodes that we've done, and I just want to say thank you, you guys. This is episode 75. This is a really big milestone. We're only 25 away from 100.
Yo, that Hyundai.
That is insane.
The Hyundai.
I hope it's so long.
It's 75.
75.
So we 25 away.
25 away.
So 25 away. 25 away.
Make sure that you guys go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, WTW TV. Make sure that you go to WTW Radio, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Leave a review, 5-star, 5-star, all that. Also go to our website, WTWrecords.com, that we can get all things WTW. You can get the capsules, or you can always hit up Spitz on his Instagram. Spitz Fire.
My DMs are always open for you guys.
Always open.
Always open.
And if you become friends with him, he might send you a meme.
You're gonna get a meme.
You're gonna get a meme. And a video, and a music video in between.
Believe that.
Peep game. Damn, I just dropped mad marbles. That means it's time to go. Thank you guys again for being here. You guys want to do like your own little outro?
And we ain't.
Baby. Shout out to my boy that be hooking me up with the 12 for 12s. Shout out to my.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is your girl Audi 3000. This is the Ambition Hour podcast with Hav and Spitz, and we out. Dubs up. I was ready.